if you are manifesting, if you are on this pathway of consciously wanting to manifest your dreams and your desires, and you're looking around you in the 3D reality for evidence that something is shifting, for evidence that your dreams are being realized, and you are not seeing it, then this video is going to help you, because this is really common and we all do this. And our human senses then tempt us into believing that because we're not seeing the evidence, that nothing is happening. And what I want to tell you guys is that is not truth. That is not real. Just because we can't see it with our human senses, we are actually only tapped into being able to perceive a very limited amount of reality. And what we can't see is what is in the unseen realm, which makes up about 90 to 95% of reality that's beneath the surface of our conscious awareness. So just because you are not seeing it show up yet in your physical 3-dimensional reality does not mean that it is not at play, that it is not percolating, that it is not being formulated in the unseen realms. So this is when, as humans, we need to be able to soften the impatience, soften the doubt that rears up when we're not seeing that evidence. And we get so good at doubting ourselves. We get so good at listening to that voice of fear, or even that voice of reason that might be saying, this is impossible. Look, it's not working. All of this work that you've been doing in visualizing, in affirming, in believing in a new reality, it's not working. And what I want to remind you is it always works. It's like when you put a pot of water on the boil and you turn on the heat, that water is always going to boil. That is a given, that is inevitability. So when we're looking at manifesting our dreams, what tends to happen is we take the water off the boil. Nope, it's not happening. I'm no good at this. It's too big a dream. It's impossible. We take that water off the boil. So what I want to remind you is, if you are doing this work, to stay on path, to stay in the vision. And here are a couple of really key things that are going to support you in being able to see your vision manifested in your 3-dimensional reality. And the key thing, as Neville Goddard says, the feeling is the secret. So when you can soften that down, when you can let go of the need to know when it's going to happen and how it's going to happen, which, by the way, is none of our business. That is, we are co-creating with the divine, and the how and the when is in, let's say, God's timing. It's in divine timing. There's a reason right now that your dream, your vision isn't manifested into form, and you need to trust that it is for you. That reason is for you. You're either being prepared energetically to be able to receive and hold that vision. It's like when lottery winners win millions of dollars, 70% of them have lost that within 3 years. And when I say that they've lost it, they've spent it, or there's been unexpected things that have come up, or they've given it away because energetically they're not ready. They weren't ready to have a bigger energetic container to hold that amount of frequency, or that amount of wealth. Remember, money is energy. So it's the same way. And if your desires aren't showing up right now, trust in the divine timing. Trust that you are being energetically prepared to not only be able to receive that, and this is where the law of receptivity comes in, right? We've got the law of attraction, we've got the law of vibration, but in receptivity, we allow ourselves, we relax our nervous system enough that we feel safe enough to receive that vision. So we need to be able to receive it, and we need to be able to hold it. And we hold it by maybe clearing up some of the energetic leaks in our bucket, so that when that big vision comes in, we're able to maintain it, we're able to sustain it. So that can be a part of the divine timing. If it involves other people, so if it's a partner that you're wanting to manifest, a really soul-connected love relationship, then perhaps there's some things in that person's life that need to fall into place first before they are ready. I know for me, I manifested a sale of my business a couple of years ago, and it felt like it was taking forever. And looking back, what I realize now is there was a preparation for the person who was buying the business, that they needed to be in the right space. They needed to be at a certain point on their journey in order for it to become a match for them. So it's not just about our own soul's growth. When it's a vision that involves other people, then there is a divine timing aspect of play that impacts them as well, that they are involved in. So there can be a number of reasons, and also it is about the time that it takes, even though time is an illusion, but we live in this three-dimensional time linear reality, the time that it takes for the energy to form, for it to move from an idea, from wave particles into a condensed form, which is when we see it in the three-dimensional reality. So you can trust, my friends, that even though it's not occurring, the water is still on the heat. And if you stay aligned with your vision, with your imagination, because we can imagine things into being, and our imagination is one of the, if not the most powerful way to bring the unseen into our visible reality. So imagination, along with, and that might be through your own envisioning, that might be through your vision boards, that might be through just mental images in your mind's eye about the reality that you want to see. But it's not just the imagination. The other really important point of this is the feeling. So Neville Goddard, coming back to him, says the feeling is the secret. Neville Goddard is like the godfather for manifestation, really, and reminds us that our feelings are magnetic. Our feelings literally give off a magnetic frequency, which can then draw energy into form, brings it towards us. So if you are wanting to magnetize your new reality, if you're wanting to speed up this process, then the more that you can dwell in the feeling state of your wish fulfilled. So what would you feel like? How would you be feeling right now if that reality that you are dreaming up, that you are envisaging, was so? That money in the bank account, that loving partnership, that new promotion at work, that dream house. I know for me, when I was manifesting my dream house, which I'm living in right now by the beach, looking at the ocean, I spent quality time being energetically, feeling myself in the space, even though I didn't know what that looked like, but I could imagine what I would love to experience and what it felt like to be in that home, to sit in that home. So our feelings also are going to uplift us. They're going to raise up our frequency. And when we look at the law of vibration, and everything is giving off energy and everything has a vibrational quality to it, in order to bring that vision into form, we need to match our vibration. So our core dominant frequency with the frequency of that dream, of that vision. And we do that by raising our frequency up. And a beautiful way to do that, a powerful way to do that, is being in that elevated feeling state, feeling the feelings of love and gratitude and joy and abundance that we would feel if we were in that vision, if we were living that vision now. So I really hope that this helps. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be sharing more of this. Let me know your key takeaway and what resonates with you, and keep going. It is close. Trust the divine process.